Hello everyone, this is Kushnu Sana. In this video, I will give you an overview of one of the most popular programming languages, that is Python. Python is an interpreted, high-level, general-purpose programming language. It is known more in the present programming world because of its simplicity of instructions and readability of the script. Python was created in late 1980s and it was released, that is, its implementation was started in December 1989 by Guido van Rossum at Centrum Wiskunde en Informatica, that is CWI, in the Netherlands. Python is very simple programming language, so even if you are new to the programming world, you can learn Python without facing any issues. An interesting and a fun fact about Python is it was named after a British comedy television show, Monty Python's Flying Circus, and not after the dangerous species of snake. What Python is used for? It is successfully used in thousands of real-world business applications around the globe, including large and mission-critical systems. Python widely assists in web development. It has a lot to do with the creation of Google, YouTube, Spotify, Uber, and many such popular applications. It develops production-ready software. Python is also used for calculation of complex mathematics, for machine scripting. It can develop games. It can also create animation and whatnot. Why Python compared to other programming languages? Python is a cross-platform and portable language. It is available and can run on various operating systems like Mac, Windows, Linux, Raspberry Pi, Unix, and the list continues. Here I have a tagline, write once, execute anywhere. It has similar syntax to the English language. Python is most praised for its elegant syntax and readable code. Same program can be written in fewer lines in Python compared to the other programming languages. The best part is it runs as an interpreter system, meaning that code can be executed as soon as it is written, which makes prototyping really quick. And yes, Python is an open source, available for everyone, free to download and use. Now let's have a look on how does an interpreter system works. The very first step is to feed code in the system. The code that we understand and write, that is the human readable language, is known as the high-level language. This high-level language is then converted as the bytecode, also known as intermediate code, which is executable on any machine irrespective of any platform. Bytecode is then converted to the machine language, which the computer understands. It is nothing but zeros and ones, that is, binary numbers. As soon as the code is understood by the machine, the code command is executed, and thus the result is then we can see on the screen. This is how an interpreter system works. All of this is executed within a fraction of a second. Let's get started. First, you need to get Python on your system. To check if you have Python installed on your Windows PC, search in the start bar for command line, that is cmd.exe. Then type Python space _version and press enter. Here you can see the Python version installed on your computer. On my computer, the Python version is 3.8.3. Similarly, to check the availability of Python on Mac and Linux, simply type Python space _version on the terminal and command line respectively. If you don't have Python on your system, then visit the python.org website. On the official website of Python, you will get the latest version of Python. As I stated before, Python is an open source, so from here you can download the latest version of Python for your system. Along with Python, we will be needing an editor. Now, what is an editor and why is it used? An editor is an integrated development environment. It is an application software that provides comprehensive facilities to the computer programmer. It gives user-friendly environment to the developer to write, modify, build, test, and deploy the code with lesser efforts. An IDE can have the IntelliSense feature that helps developers with the suggestions of programming language keywords. It can recognize all the programming language keywords and highlight them in different colors that helps in code readability and understanding. There are various editors that you can use like Idle, Sublime Text, Visual Studio Code, Atom, Thonny, and many more. Let's write our very first Hello World program in Python. I'm using the Sublime Text Editor. While writing the block of code, please pay attention on the color of the keywords. Here, the upper part of the screen is called as the editor, where we write our code, and the lower part is known as the console, where we get the result of our executed code. Let's write the code. Type print, open bracket, open inverted comma, hello, exclamation mark, space, world, close inverted comma, close bracket. Now execute the code. We should get hello world printed on the console, but here an error occurred. This is because we didn't save the file as a Python file, and therefore the code appears in white color. Let's save the file as Python file. I am saving it in the name of hello. You can use any other name, but to save it as a Python file, don't forget to add .py. Adding .py will save it as a Python file. Now you see the color difference? This is because it is now a Python file and the code is recognized as a Python code. Once it is considered as a Python code, we will see the result after execution. Hello world! Congratulations! You have created your very first Python program. Among the various rules, indentation is the most important rule for Python programming. Python uses whitespace indentations rather than curly bracket or keyword to delimit block of code. Indentation is a way of telling the Python interpreter that a series of statements belong to a particular block of code. In simple, all the statements consisting same number of spaces, that is distance from the left, belong to the same block. Let's see how does indentation work. Here the first statement is if 5 is less than 2. This is code line number 1. The second statement is print 5 is less than 2. Because of the indentation, it belongs to code line number 1. So when the if statement is true, we will get 5 is less than 2 printed in the console. The statement number 3, that is else, is at the same distance from left as statement 1. So both statement 1 and 2 belong to same block. And similarly, because of indentation, the statement number 4, print 5 is greater than 2, belongs to code line number 3. And when the if statement fails, we will get 5 is greater than 2 in the console on the execution of the code. Let's execute the code. Here we got 5 is greater than 2 printed in the console because the if statement failed. Let's see what happens if we remove indentation from the statement number 4. Let's build this code. We got an error because now it doesn't belong to code line number 3 and the code we have written becomes invalid. This is how indentation plays a very important role in coding. Let's head towards our next topic, that is creating variables. Here we have two variables, x and y, and there are two types of values, 5 and hello world, respectively. X and y are the variables. The equal to sign is the assignment operator. 5 and hello world are the variable values. In this way, we have created two variables, x and y, using the assignment operator, where the value assigned to x is 5 and the value assigned to y is hello world. Once we have assigned the values to the variables, the value is stored, and whenever we call the variable, we will get the variable value. Now we will create the variable. Let's type x, the assignment operator, that is the equal to sign, and the value of x. 5 is an integer value. Similarly, type y, give the assignment operator and the value of y. Here I am giving hello world. Hello world is a string value. Now we will print x and y. Let's execute our code. On the execution, we got the value of x and y in the console. The value of x is 5 and the value of y is hello world. In the editor, when we wrote print x, its result we got 5 because in the place of x, the value of 5 got stored. So whenever we call x, 5 will get printed. Similarly for y. There are certain rules of writing variable names. It must start with a letter or the underscore character. That is, a variable name should start with letter from A to Z or an underscore. It cannot start with a number. It can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores. That is, it can only contain letters from A to Z, numbers from 0 to 9, and an underscore. Variable names are case sensitive. Let's head towards our next topic, that is assigning values to variables. We shall continue this topic in our next video. Let's go through the summary of this video. Python was created by Guido van Rossum at the CWI. Python is widely used for software, web, and game development, for complex mathematics and file handling. Python connects to database and can handle large data. It works on various operating systems like Windows, Linux, Raspberry Pi, Mac, etc. Its syntax is similar to the English language. Python works as an interpreter system. And last and the most important is indentation is most important for the execution of code.